The stable enjoyed another memorable weekend last week with Alligator Blood taking out the Group 1 Underwood Stakes in dramatic fashion. Surf Dancer showed his class in the Group 2 Shannon Stakes, and Grove Ferry finally got his maiden win on Australian soil in the Group 3 Colin Stephen Quality Handicap. The excitement continues this weekend with the 2-year-olds making their race day debut. Tarabo will line up in the Group 3 Breeders' Plate after winning his recent trial in a convincing manner. Are you expecting this son of Brazen Bow to run a big race for his connections?
Tarabo couldn't have been more impressive in his trial. He was very professional in the way that he did things. He was caught wide throughout the trial, which is certainly not an easy thing for the 2-year-olds to travel wide around the bend. He stuck on very well and looked very balanced. And off the back of that, he really showed a good turn of foot and let down strongly in the straight. So he really impressed me with the manner in which he trialled. He looks to have come on nicely. He was open to good improvement, so looking forward to seeing him race.
The Gimcrack Stakes is a race that eludes Gai and yourself. The stable has 3 contenders, including Perfect Proposal for China Horse Club, who ran the fastest time at the first official 2-year-old barrier trials, and a duo of fillies for our newly formed Valerie Syndicate, Platinum Jubilee and Sicilian. How have these fillies impressed you this preparation?
I was most impressed with all the fillies in their particular trials. Very hard to split them. Perfect Proposal showed good speed, good sustained speed, and she quickened nicely off that. She ran good time overall, so that's certainly a good indication. She was the fastest heat on the day, so very encouraging. Platinum Jubilee, very similar. She was excellent in her manners. She showed good tactical speed and looked to have plenty in reserve. Same with Sicilian. She's a lovely, big, strong filly. She's going to improve nicely off the back of that trial. She's a lovely filly and certainly showed she was very professional as well. So hard to split, but going there with 3 nice chances.
Stable stars Sacramento and Grove Ferry will both look to add a Group 1 to their record in the Metropolitan over 2,400 metres. They've drawn barriers 9 and 14 respectively. How do you rate their chances?
Sacramento is certainly open to good improvement off the back of his Newcastle Cup run. He was only second up there, and I thought he did an excellent job sticking on the way that he did. As I said, he's open to good improvement. He's trained on really well, and certainly looking forward to seeing him under these conditions. His heavy track form doesn't read too well, but I do feel that he's much better than what the form may suggest. Grove Fairy's going in on the back of an excellent win there last start. He ran out the 2,400 metres strongly. He should really appreciate the backup and looks to have come through the race really well. He's got a bit of a tricky draw from barrier 14, but if he gets the right run in the race with a bit of luck, he's certainly going to be an excellent chance as well.
North Star Lass finished 4th last time out in the Group 2 T-Row Stakes. She will step up in class and distance this weekend in the Group 1 Flight Stakes over 1,600 metres. Does this daughter of Zoostar have a winning chance on Saturday?
North Star Lass should really get the conditions to suit on Saturday with the expected rain around. She's been excellent under those conditions. She broke her maiden impressively on a heavy track, and then won the Furious Stakes in testing conditions. So I really think she'll be suited by that. I think she can run out a strong 1,600 metres. She's been very consistent throughout the entire Princess series, so she's had a very good grounding for this particular race, and looking forward to seeing her take her place.
Scientist will contest the listed Dulcify Stakes over 1,600 metres. This son of Zoostar is out of the Group 1 Tulloch Lodge graduate Global Glamour, and he broke his maiden at the second time of asking over 1,400 metres at Warwick Farm. What type of race are you expecting him to run?
I'm really expecting to see a bold performance from Scientist. Even though he's stepping out of maiden grade, I thought it was a race with plenty of depth to it. He improved stepping out to the 1,400 metres, and I expect that level of improvement from him again, stepping out to the 1,600 metres. The heavy track will be the only unknown element, but he's certainly fit enough and seasoned enough to handle those conditions. I think he'll appreciate the big track. He's open to good improvement off that last run, and looking for a strong race from him.
Crosstalk and Converge will take each other on in the Epsom handicap worth $1 million. Converge has drawn barrier 1 with Tim Clark on board, and Crosstalk will jump from barrier 6 with Rachel King in the saddle. Talk us through their chances.
Crosstalk really relishes the heavy conditions, so expecting him to be able to make full use of that lightweight, the good draw, and his tactical speed to take up the running in the Epsom. As I said, with those conditions, things certainly look to give him plenty of favours in the race. So I think he's going to be an excellent chance for us. Converge has drawn well. He just got a little bit far back last time, so hopefully we can see him a little bit closer in the run, in what will hopefully be a genuinely run race, which should certainly suit him and give everyone their chances. I would prefer to see Converge on a better track, but he has been effective before. He's open to good improvement, stepping up third up here. I think we can see that sharp improvement necessary from him.
Moving down to Victoria, where the stable has a number of runners at Flemington, including Major BEEL in the superimposed stakes over 1800 metres. This son of Sava BEEL has won or placed in all 5 of his starts. Can he add a second win to his name on Saturday?
Major BEEL was excellent there last start. Really think he can break through once again. He's been very consistent all preparation. I think the distance he's shown that he can handle. Just the heavy track conditions there last start just found him out. So I think we can see him back on top of the ground. He gets the addition of the winkers just to help him focus throughout. He has run his race in patches at times, but as I said, he's been excellent throughout this entire campaign. So he doesn't look to have trained off, and expect him to run another bold race for us.
ADITI is a 2-year-old filly by Exceed and Excel, and she will take her place in the first listed race of the season, the Maranbong Trial Stakes. She's an exciting prospect for Rosemont Stud. How has she pleased you in the lead up to her race day debut?
ADITI really is an interesting runner. Looking forward to seeing her take her place for Rosemont. She's by Exceed and Excel, who's a renowned stallion for producing early precocious types, and she certainly looks a ready-made 2-year-old. She's been very straightforward in everything to date. She's impressed us in her work, in her jump out, most importantly the way in which she's improved from each of those outings. So looking forward to seeing her take her place, expecting to see a very competitive run from her, and yeah, as I said, she's certainly a ready-made 2-year-old for us.
Celestial Spirit has been enjoying life in our Melbourne stable and is set to run in the Group 2 Edward Manifold Stakes over a mile in the colours of Laurel Oak Bloodstock. This daughter of Zeus Star has been knocking on the door for another win. Is Saturday her day to shine?
Celestial Spirit has certainly been performing a lot better than what her form may suggest. It may seem like she's being thrown in the deep end once again, but I do feel she's capable of winning a race such as this. She's travelled well in her races, just unfortunately she's found the heavy tracks not to her liking the last 2 occasions. So big chance we'll be seeing her back on top of the ground, where we can hopefully see her being strong late and being able to let down on a much better footing.
Knight's Order has made his way down to our Melbourne stable ahead of the Melbourne Cup. He is ready to contest the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes over 2,000 metres. How did he pull up after his recent third place finish in the Group 3 Kingston Town Stakes?
Knight's Order's come through his most recent run in excellent order. Really feel he's training well, and he's arrived in Melbourne in good shape. He's settled in really well, and he's ready to run a big race in the Turnbull Stakes. The 2,000 metres remaining at 2,000 shouldn't be a problem. I thought he stuck on very well. Third up now, he's ready to show good improvement, and as I said, I expect a most competitive run from him. He just looks in great shape. He's training well, and he's racing very consistently for us. So looking forward to him running on Saturday.